Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Welcome to your chemistry class of standard 7. I am your Lipa Miss. Hope all of you are safe and stay well. Today I will discuss about particles of atom. We know that atom is the smallest particle of an element, and this atom is so small that we cannot see easily or using a microscope, but using electron microscope it can be seen, because electron microscope actually increase the size of a things about million times. And also from previous classes we have learned that atoms are actually indivisible, especially according to Dalton's theory. We know that atom is indivisible, that means atom cannot be broken more. But today we will know that atom is not indivisible, atom is divisible. And nowadays scientists have proved that atoms can be broken, and if we break an atom then we will get different particles, and among different particles three particles are fundamental. So today we will know about these particles and about the structure of atom. So there are three fundamental particles which are present in an atom. They are electron, proton and neutron. But how they located inside the atom? Follow this picture. This is the structure of an atom and this is the center of an atom, and this center is called nucleus. And inside the center, follow the picture, inside the center there are present proton and neutron. These blue balls are indicates proton and red balls are indicates neutron. And these black balls which are actually present in around the nucleus, outside of the nucleus, in surroundings, these black balls are indicates electrons. So we can say proton and neutron are present in nucleus, that is center of the atom, and electrons are moving around the nucleus but in different path. Follow here, this round indication is actually the path of electron through which it is actually moving. This is the actual structure of atom, but the drawing of this is some problematic or difficult. For this, when we want to draw an atomic structure, then we can draw it simply like this way. At first you have to draw the nucleus, then just you have to draw another round another circles for electrons, and like this way you have to indicate inside the nucleus there are present protons and neutron, and electrons are moving around different circular paths around the nucleus. So if the question may come like this way, draw an atom, so you can just draw like this way atomic structure. At first draw nucleus, inside the nucleus you draw some sphere like some circles, and you indicate that circles, just you can indicate by a line. This is proton and neutron, and outside of the nucleus you have to draw more circles, and like this way putting small circles as electrons, and like this way you can draw an atomic structure, and you have to label. Now follow this picture. Here I have given on the yellowish, that means on protons, plus sign, and in electrons minus sign. Why? Because the charge of proton is positive and the charge of electron is negative, but on neutron there is not given any sign, that means neutron is chargeless or neutral. Now follow the another picture. Here I have shown some atoms. This is the picture of hydrogen atom, this is the structure of helium atom, this is the structure of beryllium atom. You know that hydrogen, helium, beryllium, they are different elements. Now follow here. Inside the hydrogen atom only one proton is present. These red balls are indicates proton. So at the center one proton is present of hydrogen, and in around the outside of the nucleus there is present only one electron. But in case of helium atom, follow here, there are two protons and two neutrons are present and two electrons are present. And in case of beryllium atom, there are four electrons. There are four electrons are present. Also four protons are present. But neutron number is 3. There will be 3. So from this picture, actually what is will be clear. What is actually our point which I want to say, that is, follow here. In every atom the number of electron and proton is same. Follow here. In hydrogen 1 electron 1 proton. In helium 2 electrons 2 protons. In beryllium 4 electrons 4 protons. So from this picture it is very clear is that in case of all atoms the number of electron and proton are always same, but the number of neutrons can differ. It not will be less than proton. It either will be equal to proton or it will be it can less than proton also. So the number of proton can be different, but the number of electron and proton always, the number of neutron can be different than the number of proton, but the number of electron and proton always will be same. Again I am saying the number of electron and proton always will be same, but the number of neutron can differ from their number. Now follow the another picture. Follow here. This is helium atom, and we know that helium atom contains 2 protons, 2 electrons and also 2 neutrons. So like this way actually they are arranged inside the atom. Now I will show some structure and you will just follow the arrangement of electron. Follow here. When the number of electrons of an atom is 2, then they remain in a circular path, But when the number of electron is 4, follow here, now proton is 4, also electron is 4, but when the number of electron of an atom is 4, in that time 2 electrons are present in first circular path, but another 2 electrons are present in another circular path. You just follow from the previous picture, there is a difference. The first circular path always contains 2 electrons, and then other electrons are reside where? In the second circular path. Follow another picture. Here the number of electron is 6. So first circular path contains 2 electrons as usual, and the other 4 electrons are remains in second circular path. Follow another picture. Here, first circular path contains 2 electrons and second circular path contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 electrons actually remains in second circular path. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here 8 electrons are remain, actually the rest 8 electrons are present in third circular path. So you can understand, or here you can think that there is a system or there is a rule by which electrons are actually arranged in different paths, isn't it? We will learn about this. So from this, and also another picture here is given here, follow here. When second orbit, here also second orbit contains 8 electrons, and this picture actually proved that second orbit contains maximum 8 electrons, and when the number of electrons will be more than 8 in second orbit, then the rest of electrons will go in the another orbit, isn't it? So from this observation, I have arranged this observation. From this picture we observe some points and I have arranged these points here. So now follow the points carefully. First point is, there are 3 fundamental particles of an atom and they are electron, proton and neutron. And electron is denoted by E, small e, proton is denoted by small p, and neutron is denoted by small n. Among them, protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged, and neutrons are neutral or chargeless. Then another observation is, the center of an atom is called nucleus. Protons and neutrons are present inside the nucleus and electrons are moving around the nucleus. Follow here the another observation. The path through which electrons are moving around the nucleus is called orbit or energy shell. So what is called orbit or energy shell? The circular path through which electrons are moving around the nucleus is called orbit or energy shell. Now follow the another observation. In an atom, there are present equal number of proton and electron. Since the amount of opposite charges is same, for this it is called that an atom is electrically neutral. Why the amount of opposite charges is same here? Because we know that proton is positively charged particles and electron is negatively charged particles. So when their number will be equal, so the amount of opposite charge, that means positive charge and negative charge, is also equal. For this, an atom is always electrically neutral. Understood, my dear students? Now follow the another observation. The size of an atom is 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. So small, but 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. And the size of nucleus, that means the center of an atom, is 10 to the power minus 13 centimeter. So actually the size of nucleus is about 1 million times. 1 million times is small than that of the size of whole atom, isn't it? 10 to the power minus 5 times less. So about million times small than that of size of whole atom. So the size of nucleus is so small compared with the total atom. So you have to draw nucleus in very small size. But most of the mass is gathered at this nucleus. So it is heavy compared with the whole atom. That means its size, that means the size of nucleus is so small, but its weight is heavy. Why? Because most of the mass is gathered. What do you mean by this line? Most of the mass is gathered. That means inside the nucleus what are present? Proton and neutron. Actually, these 3 particles, electron, proton, neutron, they have a mass, and the highest mass is of proton, then the next highest mass is of neutron, and the least mass is of electron. That means electron is the light particles among these three particles. So the heavy particles, that means proton and neutron, and their mass is almost equal, they are present inside the nucleus. So most of the mass is actually present at the nucleus. For this it is said that nucleus is so heavy compared with the whole atom. And most of the space of an atom is vacant. Why? Because we have already learned that the size of nucleus is so small and so small. So most of the around outside of the nucleus there are actually present orbit through which electrons are moving, and the space between this orbit and nucleus, most of this space is actually empty or vacant, nothing is there. Now our last observation is electrons are arranged in different orbits according to 2n square formula, where n is the number of orbit. For example, when n is equal to 1, that is first orbit. N is equal to 1 means first orbit. That means nearest the nucleus. From the nucleus, the first circular path is first orbit. So when the value of n is 1, that is first orbit, then the number of electron will be what? According to 2n square formula, if we put the value of 1 instead of n, then we will get 2. So the first orbit can contains maximum 2 electrons. We have seen this. And the second orbit, that means when the value of n equal to 2, second orbit contains, follow here, according to 2n square formula, when we will put the value of n equal to 2, then 2 2s are 4, so 2 4s are 8. So total actually 8 electrons can be present in second circular path or second orbit. Understood why the second orbit contains 8 electrons always? And if there is more electrons, then it will actually go to third orbit, and third orbit can contains, according to this formula, maximum 18 electrons. So up to 18 electrons, third orbit, inside the third orbit it can remain. Then if there is present more electrons, then it will go to another orbit, and you can easily calculate the number of electrons in fourth orbit like this way. So my dear students, I hope now you can understand that actually why first orbit contains 2 electrons, second orbit contains 8 electrons, third orbit contains 8 electrons, like this way, according to 2n square formula. Follow this picture, follow here. This is nucleus, first orbit, first shell, energy shell contains 2 electrons, second energy shell contains 8 electrons, and third energy shell contains 18 electrons. So like this way actually electrons are arranged in different orbits. So my dear students, today up to this, I hope you can clearly understand, and you have to remember and memorize the points about atomic structure which I have given you, and I hope you are already become clear about the structure of atom. So today up to this, goodbye everybody.